The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, "As the Father loves me, so I also love you. Remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and your joy might be complete. This is my commandment. Love one another as I love you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I no longer call you slaves, because a slave does not know what his master is doing. I have called you friends, because I have told you everything that I have heard from my Father. It was not you who chose me, but I who chose you, and appointed you to go and bear fruit that will remain, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give you. This I command you, love one another." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
And so today in the first reading, we hear of how some of the first of the Gentiles become baptized. They become cleansed by the power of the Holy Spirit. They are offered this opportunity by Peter and his ministry. For us, it's important that we recognize that baptism is the first step in our spiritual journey. It is through baptism how we are cleansed of any personal sin if we're older. But even as an infant, we are cleansed of original sin, that we are no longer cut off by nature from the Lord. Now, for us as a Catholic people, this is one area that's kind of sticky and sort of difficult to deal with at times. For many of our Protestant brothers and sisters, there's simply no way for them to kind of wrap their mind around how it is that we have infant baptism. What's the purpose? What's the point? The reality is, when Peter is visiting with Cornelius and his household, the entire household would have been baptized. In the same way that the man of the house was called to be the one to lead the religious life in the home. The man of the house in the Jewish context was the one who would begin the prayers, the one who would bless his children, the one who would lead his children in the ways of God. This dynamic does not change in the beginnings of our Catholic Church, but rather the reality of how it is that one is to lead his children, that there is something of a change there. In the beginning, it would have been through the ritual of circumcision, where in the body, the person would be marked physically as a member of the children of God. Thankfully, however, with Christ coming into the world, it is now not so important that we be marked physically, but rather that we would be marked in an eternal way, spiritually. With the mark of baptism, from that moment on, the Lord is able to work in our hearts, able to work within our souls. Now, it is for this reason why it is part of our tradition that we accept and not only accept, but exhort the people to have their children baptized as early as possible. To be allowed and to have the opportunity to receive this cleansing power of God. If the child is able to receive such a powerful and beautiful gift, it doesn't make sense to push it off. There are so many things that happen in life, so many different events, that we never know if we're going to wake up in the morning. To know that our God has provided for us such a beautiful gift, and to seek to push it off, why would we want to do that? In the history of the church with Emperor Constantine, there is this belief that throughout his life, he had with him, following everywhere, a priest who would have water. The Emperor Constantine himself was not yet baptized in his adult state, and so he always had with him a priest in order to be able to be baptized if something were to happen. I can't even begin to imagine what kind of stress or what kind of vigilance that priest would have to have, watching always, carefully, being ready at any moment. Had Constantine simply accepted from the beginning the gift that Christ offered, there would not need to be this fear. There would not need to be this hyperfixation or vigilance. One could rather rest in the Lord. One could rather accept that the Lord has offered for him the gift of salvation. Because this gift is so important, it is for this reason that the church recognizes that anyone in the world, in the case of an emergency, can baptize another person. I don't know how many of you know this, but if there is someone with you who is at the point of death, that it seems they won't be able to make it or to wait for a priest to come, you have the ability, you have the opportunity to provide that cleansing power. The most important thing is that if the person is near death, simply get some water, and as you're pouring the water over the person, say, if the person's name is John and he's in the act of dying, as you pour the water over his head, simply say, "John, I baptize you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit." Something so simple, and yet through that, the Lord provides salvation for eternity. Now, that doesn't mean you should go around looking for people to die just to have the opportunity. But if it comes to that, know that through your hands, the Lord has the opportunity to work. The Lord has the opportunity to bring about His salvation in this world. My friends, that if we have been baptized, that we would recognize and give thanks to God for this beautiful gift, for this beautiful opportunity. If there is any of us who here have not yet been baptized, I would ask that you please bring it to prayer. I would ask that you please recognize what gift it is that the Lord has waiting for you. That we would be ready and willing, always and everywhere, to receive God's gifts as He seeks so eagerly to share them with us.